I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and it's part 2 of the full video review of the Nokia Lumia 925. It's a Windows phone that looks a lot like the HTC One in terms of the metal build quality and the overall shape. Can it compete with Android, or is the One the better buy? Let's find out in part 2. It's part 2 of a video review of the Nokia Lumia 925 on T-Mobile and coming very soon to AT&T. This little metal beauty brings Windows Phone 8 into the metal age, and it competes with the HTC One and of course specs-wise in a lot of different ways with Galaxy S4, the Optimus G Pro, and all the high-end Android devices on the market, not to mention the iPhone 5. Before we get into part 2 of this review, I want to thank my partners at Best Buy Mobile. Right now we're giving away a free Samsung Galaxy S4 on PhoneDog.com, and it's all because of Best Buy Mobile. When you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll get your email, your web, your email settings, your store settings, and all set up and ready to go. So when you walk out the door, you're good to go at Best Buy Mobile. Let's jump right into part 2 and take a look at the speed test settings in this device, and we'll go into speedtest.net here. And this is an LTE device, as I said in part 1, running on T-Mobile's LTE network. The downside right now is in my office it does fluctuate between 4G LTE and HSPA. So I believe we're on HSPA right now, but we'll take a look and compare the HSPA plus speeds at 42 megabits per second, theoretically at least, to LTE on the other carriers, and then of course on T-Mobile. I've seen LTE speeds in the Dallas metro area as fast as 10 megabits per second on T-Mobile. I expect those to only get better as time goes on, but as you can see here, these download speeds are not very impressive. It could be an issue in my office. Take this with a grain of salt. I've seen far faster speeds in day-to-day testing, but just to show you on camera, here's what I'm getting between download and between upload speeds. 0.63 megabits per second on the download, looks to be about 0.22 megabits per second on the upload. Not impressive. 0.14, even slower. Not impressive here, but you can see HSPA plus as 4G, and then of course when it switches to LTE, as you'd expect, it's running on 4G LTE. Let's take a look at the camera here. 8.7 megapixel camera. We've got a suite of applications, or a suite of lenses pre-installed out of the box. I should point out that out of the box, ProCam is not installed, but what you do have installed, Bing Vision, Panorama, Cinemagraph, and SmartCam as well. Now ProCam is one of my favorites, but we'll jump into SmartCam, for example, and show you what it looks like out of the gate here. I can hold the phone steady and snap a quick picture. That was not holding the phone steady. But the Moto Skip, for example. And I'll click here, and it'll take a bunch of different pictures and allow me to select the best one, as you can see there, lining those pictures right up. And I can go in and pick my favorite picture out of the bunch. And of course, it's capture best shot. We've got action shot. We've got motion focus, change faces. And I can see all those different pictures as I want to. And then of course I can go back, change faces, remove moving objects, etc. I'll go back here into the regular camera and jump right over to that lens, and you can change this in the settings if you want to start with another lens out of the box. For example, you don't want to use the stock camera app, you want to use Nokia ProCam, you can set that and change that in the settings. So we'll go into ProCam here, very similar to what we've seen on the Nokia Lumia 1020, including the ability to manually change ISO, white balance, and all that using this nifty little guide right here. So I can move stuff around. Does not mean to snap that picture. I can move my focus around if I want to. I can change my ISO, I can change my white balance, and more. Or I can just click up here and see all that stuff set to automatic right now. So click here, for example, half press to focus, full press to take a picture. Really a nice camera application. This is a great camera as well, but I want to show you what the images look like here. Nokia ProCam. I want to show you the one that I took a second ago. And look how clear that is. That's a a nano SIM card. Look how clear those numbers are. You can see those numbers. It's easy. I'm actually going to do this live on camera so you can take a look here as well, just to see what the camera quality is like. Very impressive camera quality on the Nokia Lumia 925. Just holding this up right here, as you can see. And look how clear that is. You can snap that picture. And there I have my SIM card. So, boom. And swipe. Excuse me, I cannot swipe. This is the ProCam application, but you can see right there, really clean. You can see the ridges on the nano SIM card rather. You can even see the ridges in my finger as well, or fingerprint, as I like to call it. So overall call quality, very impressive here. The same gripes continue on a Windows Phone 8. I wish you had a physical battery or a numeric battery percentage indicator up top here, and I wish this stuff stayed up top permanently. It's part of Windows Phone 8's, I can't talk today, Windows Phone 8's minimalistic strategy and keeping that stuff hidden. It's something I wish you had the option to change. That said, you know what, it's Windows Phone strategy, we'll leave it at that. I also want to profile some of Nokia's applications, including Here Maps, Here Transit, Here Drive, and Here City Lens. One of my favorite being Here City Lens. I use this on a pretty regular basis when I have a Windows Phone 8 device in my briefcase and I'm in a new city. So you can see right here, here's the city lens for Dallas. I'm exploring Dallas, and let's say I'm new to Dallas. Let's say I just landed and I want to come in here and say, you know what, I'm in this random office. I want to find a good place to eat or drink in this area. Well, I can calibrate the compass. I'll do this on camera. Actually, I'll do this off camera to do it quickly as possible. Let's get it calibrated. And you can see my different places to eat and drink within my office area here. And then, of course, when I go to portrait mode, it shows me those different options. And let me calibrate the compass again. I don't know why it's asking me to do that so many times. There we go. McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Organic Cafe, Taco Del Mar, and it gives me information on where to find those and how far away they are from the office. Another application that I really enjoy, and this is actually a stock Windows Phone 8 application, is, and let me find it here, is, where did it go? I cannot seem to find it. Where did it go? Transfer my data, let's see. Let me see, LMN. Can't find it. Anyway, we'll skip right over into App Social. Maybe I uninstalled it on the Lumia 925, but it was here out of the box. Not sure why it's not showing up. But we'll jump over here to our next thing that I wanted to cover, which is App Social. And you can see here Spotlight, leaderboard of applications, bunch of different options here. Unknown error. My profile, featured, hole-in-one. And I can click on that. It's a hole-in-one application. I can download, so kind of an app store within an app store, if you will, here with ratings and more. Golf Live, Golf Logic. I can see that 56 people have given it a total of 3 stars, or at least a mean of 3 stars, or an average of 3 stars rather. Caddy, Golf GPS, Let's Golf 2, and I can go through here and change and share lists as well. That's a pretty nifty little application. So all in all, the Nokia Lumia 925, a nice addition to the Windows Phone 8 family. What I like about this device is the build quality. The metal is really nice, and it brings that HTC One-like look and feel to T-Mobile, and very soon to AT&T as well, in a blacked out kind of metal, very similar to the black HTC One on AT&T. But right now, silver on T-Mobile. You can get this right now on T-Mobile's new retail plans and get this and be out the door with Windows Phone 8 and 4G LTE connectivity. Do I like it? Absolutely. Do I wish Windows Phone 8 had a few more applications? Absolutely. But I think Windows Phone 8 does a great job and excels in a lot of different areas. Minimalism in terms of a user interface, continues to have great web browsing opportunity, or great web browsing all around on Windows Phone 8. Email continues to be pretty decent, assuming you're not using a Gmail application. For Exchange, it's great. And then, of course, the Office integration is fantastic as well. Not to mention that Nokia has quite a stake in the Windows Phone 8 game, so as you would expect, some of the value-added applications like City Lens, Drive, Maps, Transit, all that stuff really are nice value adds on top of Windows Phone 8. It's a winner in my book. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for more on the Nokia Lumia 925. I'm on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron, Facebook, Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker. Let me know what you think of this device through Twitter, through Facebook, or through Google+. And as always, I'll see you next time.